This is the amazing Suzuki Quad Sport. It has more headroom than fine American luxury cars. It is faster on rugged terrain than most exotic Italian sports cars. It displays better handling under treacherous conditions than the high-performance sedans of Germany.
Riding a Suzuki Quad Runner is like skiing, only uphill. It's like windsurfing without the wind. Tell her it's like flying without leaving the ground.
Okay guys, this is the new Dirt Obsession machine, a 2007 Suzuki LTR450. And as you can tell, this is a very clean machine. It has been ridden a little bit. It's got some dings and some scratches here and there, but overall, very clean, very mint looking machine. So we're pretty excited to have it and to test it and to be able to rip around on it. So the story with this one, this is Flying Brian's White Buffalo machine. And he was super excited to get it. He's been on the hunt for this very specific machine for quite a while. Flying Brian realized this thing is just an absolute beast, and it wasn't something he was interested in trying to trail ride. So he's got the KFX 450 that we just did a test ride on maybe a month ago, and that's a much more trail friendly, kind of like trail oriented machine that doesn't mind being lugged around a little bit. The LTR 450 is not that way. It is not the kind of machine that you lug around. It wants to be wide open and reamed down on. So Brian decided he wanted to keep the KFX, and he sold the LTR to me. Bone stock LTR 450 test.
Suzuki's LTR 450 is widely considered to be the best handling and best balanced stock 450 class machine. Out of the box, the LTR was intended to be a nearly race-ready motocross machine, which explains the nearly 50-inch width, 18-inch factory rear tires, and low stands. Suzuki focused on a low center of gravity on this machine in its design, which contributes to its compliant ride characteristics and stability. Even the placement of the reservoirs on the suspension was designed with center of gravity in mind. Unfortunately, the LTR had a tragically short run from 06 to 2011, but in all reality the last machines were truthfully 2009 leftovers, so the machine's actual production only lasted about 3 years. The LTR was killed by a combination of an EPA lawsuit over the Yoshimura cherry bomb bypassing all EPA restrictions on emissions, and the crappy, unprosperous economic conditions at the time.
It's a purpose-built motocross bike from the factory. There's no doubt about it. Suzuki flew Doug Gust out to Japan, and they flew his 2003-2004 championship Z400 out to Japan to do like a lot of the R&D on the R&D when they were building this machine, because they wanted this to be like a sub $8,000 motocross ready bike that you could just buy and go rail on the track and pretend you're Doug Gust or Dustin Wimmer. So that's what it is.
The racing lineage is a huge part about what draws us to this machine, and the LTR has certainly proved itself on the motocross track, but it's also proved incredibly capable in cross-country racing as well, with one of our all-time favorites, Chris Borich, winning 6 GNCC championships on his LTR. This machine does have the cherry bomb. The exhaust baffles have been removed and there's no airbox lid, which totals about $40 in upgrades from the dealership. The same performance boost to any other machine on the market could easily cost over $1,000. Even with these little modifications, the low-end power is still lacking. There's very little low-end torque, but the LTR absolutely fires to life in the liveliest mid-range I've ever experienced. Top end flattens out a little bit earlier than we'd expected to, but it didn't bother us at all. The mid-range is where the machine's going to spend most of its life anyway, and the LTR's power is arm strength there. The power transition from low to mid RPMs feels almost like a 2-stroke power band.
This is not a trail machine. This thing is definitely set up for motocross. We talked a little bit about that with the 18-inch wheels. It's super wide, very, very low center of gravity. So shifting your body weight really affects this machine a lot, especially with the tires that are basically incapable of hooking. These stock tires are really not good trail tires, but that makes the back end kick around really, really easy. This thing will wear you out. We're used to Raptors. You can see FB's new 2016 Raptor 700R SE picked up because this is the 60th anniversary edition, got the Kenny Roberts colors, and we absolutely love Raptors. So as we review this LTR450, it's coming from the perspective of trail riders who love to ride Raptors. So this thing is wearing me out. It runs like a scalded dog, or a raped ape, as their fans are saying on the LTR forums. But what a machine. It's high revving, but it's an absolute blast. We're gonna do a couple things that are gonna make this thing a little bit more trail ready, including some tires, probably 21 fronts, 20 rears, XC Masters or something, but maybe change the sprockets, but make it a little bit more of a trail rider.
With stock tires, the mid-range power makes it difficult to find good traction on the trails. Combine that with the motocross width, and we were experiencing much more push than we expected to from a machine considered to be the best handling. The low center of gravity helped make up for the tire's shortcomings though. The weight and balance of the LTR can only be described as confidence-inspiring. Shifting body weight is easy on the machine, and the width that caused the push also makes the LTR feel incredibly stable. The stock suspension settings is fairly stiff for trail riding, which is true of most 450s, but it also gives us a surprise at our body weight. In terms of suspension and bump absorption, the trail characteristics in general of the LTR most closely resemble the YFZ 450, although the YFZ might be a little bit more trail friendly out of the box. We think, with a few adjustments, we can make the LTR a great machine to shred trails with. Although it will probably never be comfortable enough for all-day riding between the stance and power, it'll certainly be the right machine for short bursts of adrenaline rushes when you want that extra flavor.
Alright guys, we have typical problems with the LTR450. Fuel systems tend to be a little bit of a booger. So this one, fuel system's giving us a little bit of an issue. It's bogging down in first gear sometimes. Kind of weird because it'll bog down a little bit, we shut it off, turn it back on, runs great for 10 or 15 minutes and then starts to bog down. thinking it's the injector. If you know anything about LTR 450s and you want to give us a hint, go ahead and hit us up in the comments. For now, we're going to cut the trail test short. We're going to do some trail modifications to this that I talked about earlier. The tires, the wheels, maybe sprockets, figure out the fuel system. We'll be back out to test this thing in its trail orientation. So don't forget to check that video out. We'll see you guys next time.